Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I have for you today a shorter sequence, again, just a gentle flow. So we'll begin in tabletop position. Right away, working to synchronize breath with movement. Bring the tops of your feet down, shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. Stretch your right leg back on an inhale. As you exhale, draw your knee forward, round your back like a cat. Bring your chin towards your chest. Inhale, send the right leg straight and back. Lift the heart forward. Exhale, pull the knee in. Tuck the belly in. Inhale, stretch your heel back. Flex your foot. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, point your toe and bring your knee forward. Two more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Bring both knees down, sit back on your heels, shoulders over your hips. Seal your lips and breathe through your nose. Create a partial constriction in the back of your throat and breathe with sound. 3 to 4 count inhale, 3 to 4 count exhale. Tabletop position. Rechecking alignment, stacking the joints. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, tuck and round, belly in. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, stretch and lengthen, chest lifts. Exhale, upper spine lifts, spread the shoulder blades wide, chin to chest. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Bring the left knee down, step your right toes to the back of your mat, and rock forward and back. Stretch your ankles, your feet. Create a tiny cat arch to your upper back so that you are protracting your shoulder blades. Lift your navel in and up and draw the low ribs in. Shift forward again so that you're on your tiptoes. Engage your right leg. Take your left hand and reach it up towards the sky as you turn your chest to the left. Circle your left arm. Left hand down. Come into a side plank variation. Kick your left toes off of the mat beside you. Right leg to the back of your mat, left arm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, stretch your right arm over your head. Exhale, bring your right arm and reach it for the back of your mat. Inhale, stretch it forward and up. Exhale, sweep it back. Keep the left side body nice and strong. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Come up onto the left knee and the right foot. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over. Side stretch through the left side. Take a few breaths here. And then windmill your left hand down, your right hand down, turn back to face the front of your mat in tabletop. Left toes to the back of your mat, stretch forward and back into the ankle, the Achilles tendon, the calf, maybe even feeling the wrists stretch as you send your shoulders forward with your arms straight. Left hand stays down now, shoulder over wrist, right arm up, turn your chest to the right. Keep your back leg active and then circle the right arm a few times, forward and back, or back and forward. Right hand down. Kneeling side plank. Move your right toes off to the side of your mat. Left leg to the back of your mat. Left arm up on an inhale over your head. And exhale, release. Right obliques pulling away from the ground to create a nice rainbow shape between the right side of your body and the earth. Inhale, stretch up and over. Exhale, release. Gate pose. Arms reach up on an inhale. Left arm down, right arm reaches up and over for a few breaths. Keep your shoulders over your hips, slightly taking the tailbone down. Engage your core muscles and keep your low ribs in towards the midline of your body. Both arms come back down, back to your tabletop. Cat and cow. Inhale, roll the heart forward, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round and tuck. Cat stretch. 2 more. Last one. You can bring your knees together or bring your knees as wide as your mat. Any version of a child's pose, which could include being on your forearms. Come back to a tabletop and make your transition to downward dog. So knees come back in underneath the hips, toes under, stretch your arms, firm them down, spread your fingers out, lift your navel in and up, and then take your hips up and back. Widen your sitting bones out. You can bend and straighten into your legs. You could lift both heels, bend your knees. Make the length of your spine the priority over straightening your legs or bringing your heels down. Take your feet as wide as your mat, bend your knees, walk your hands back towards your feet. Lower your seat down so that it's about in line with your knees. So your toes are out and your heels are in. Stretch your arms forward. You're into a little downward dog-ish squat. So not quite malasana. Maybe you reach the arms nice and long out in front of you. Lift the palms up, bring the fingertips down. Lift and lower your seat a few times. Start to work into the hamstrings and the hips. And walk your hands back out, downward dog. Walk the feet up towards the hands. Come into Uttanasana, forward folding, top of the mat like a rag doll. Bend your knees. Let your belly come onto your thighs. Arms can just hang, or you can wrap your hands around the elbows. A little sway side to side. Bring your fingers towards your shins as you come up halfway to lengthen your spine. Cobra, lift the chest, shoulders down and back. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Wave the spine forward as you inhale. Lengthen and strengthen the low back. Exhale, fold. Once again, like a cobra, lift the chest up, come up halfway. Firm the quads, firm the belly, and exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Rise slowly to standing. Articulate the spine one vertebra at a time. As you stack your shoulders over your hips, take your arms out and then up. Inhale. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, stretch your arms straight up. Exhale, fold over your legs, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lifting, cobra in the chest. Exhale, fold. Soft bend in your knees, hinge back up, swan dive reverse. Inhale, bring it up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch your arms up, fingers to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, reverse, come all the way up with a long back. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow dive down. Inhale, come up halfway for length. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend your knees. Take your hands down and step back to a high plank. Option to bring your knees down if this gets to be too much. If you're in your high plank, shift forward and back on your toes so that your shoulders pass beyond your wrists. Engage your quads. Corset through the low ribs. Zip up your belly. Inhale, shift forward. Option to bring the knees down or just come halfway for chaturanga. Pause there for a moment with your body in one plank line and then come all the way to your belly. Big toes touch down, toenails down. Lift the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, baby cobra, no arms, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, float down. Curl your toes under. Take an inhale, prepare. Exhale, tabletop. Back to a child's pose. Take 3 breaths in your child's pose or sit up in virasana. Shift forward and step your left foot forward. Left foot forward so that your left knee is directly over your left ankle. And then curl your back toes under, slide your right knee back an inch or so that your thigh bone is not vertical. Shift forward on an inhale, lift your chest up a little bit. Shift back on an exhale. You can walk your hands back. You could also have blocks under your hands. Don't straighten your left leg out for now. Just keep a micro bend in your left knee and pull your left toes towards your face. Then lift the chest forward, shoulders down and back. Inhale, rebend your front knee, walk your hands out, lift your chest up, send your hips forward. Exhale, press into your front heel, send your hips back and pull your left toes towards your shin. Inhale, shift forward, ground the left big toe, lift the chest, drop the hips. Exhale, press into your front heel, straighten your left leg out, and pause here for a few breaths. Curl your back toes under if they aren't already, and slide your right knee back another couple inches. Option to straighten out your left leg a little bit more, so push your heel forward. If that's going well, you can do it again. Slide your right knee back, send your left heel forward. Spine stays long and face your hips to the front of your mat. Left thigh bone pulls back into the hip socket. Right hip point peels forward. Take one more breath. Curl your back toes under, scoot your right knee in, rebend your left knee. Take your hands down and lift your right knee up, runner's lunge. Step your left foot back, come to downward dog. Knees down, child's pose or virasana variation, sit up tall. Same thing, second side, shift forward, step your right foot to the front of the mat. Right knee over ankle. Slide your left knee back a few inches. Lift the chest on an inhale, drop the hips a little bit. Exhale, walk the hands back. Straighten the front leg a little bit, but mostly pull your toes towards your shin bone. Inhale, walk forward. Lift the heart. Press down through the front heel as you exhale and shift your hips back. Front leg stays active. Press down, shift forward, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, shift back. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Straightening out the front leg a bit more. Keep your spine long, so you're lifting the chest a little bit like that cobra action, keeping the low back long. Curl your back toes under. Slide your left knee back a few inches. Start to work the right heel more forward. If you have more space, slide the left knee back again. Press the right heel forward again. Draw your right femur back into the right hip socket and guide the left front hip forward in space. If you had a set of blocks here, they could come in really handy either for under your hands or under the front leg. 2 more breaths. Curl your back toes under, start to scoot the left knee forward a bit. Bend your front leg, runner's lunge, lift your left knee up. Make your way back to downward dog from there. Hips up and back, chest presses towards your thigh bones. Push the floor away with your arms and hands. Reach your fingertips to the front of your mat and your sitting bones up towards the sky. Knees down, child's pose. Or virasana variation, sit up tall. Shift forward, step your left foot back out in front of you. Bring your left knee over your left ankle. Walk your hands over to the right. Keep your right knee under your right hip and turn your right toes behind you. And then come up so that your shoulders are over your hips. It looks like a kneeling warrior two. So be sure your right toes are behind your right knee and that your left ankle is underneath your left knee. Arms out, shoulders over hips, gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, reverse, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, warrior two arms. Keep the arms active. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two arms. Now just shift forward a little bit. Let your knee move forward in space. And then press your front heel down and bring your hips back over your right knee. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, knee forward. Stretch into the hips. Exhale, press it back. Left hand comes down to the inside of your left thigh. Turn your right palm open. And then turn your chest open towards the right. Look over your right shoulder and hand. Good. Come back to the warrior two position. Take your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes to face the side of your mat and then just bring your left knee under your left hip. So now both knees are under your hips. Stretch your arms up on an inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, curl back. One more. Hands to the hips. Step your right toes towards the back of your mat. Set your right knee up over your right ankle. Your left toes are still pointing behind you, right under, or left knee under the left hip, rather. Left toes behind your knee, rather. Okay. Let's do the same thing. So energize your arms like warrior two. And then reverse your warrior. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Back to the warrior two. Inhale, reach up with the right, down with the left. Exhale, warrior two. One more inhale, stretch up. Exhale, return. Now bend into the front knee, which is your right knee now. Feel a stretch in the hips, and then press through your front heel and send your hips back over your left knee. Shift forward into the right knee. Right heel strong, so keep pressing it into the ground. Hips over knee. One more time, stretch forward and back. Take the back of your right hand to the inside of your right leg and use that to keep the right hip open. Right knee over ankle alignment. Left arm reaches back. Start to open your chest. Look over your left shoulder and hand and resist with this right arm to the inside of the right thigh. Keep opening the right thigh back. One more breath. And then take your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes forward and then step your right knee down. Inhale, stretch your arms up. This time, exhale, take your hands into your back pockets. Pinkies into the midline, thumbs out. Press your hands down into your seat and then lift your chest up. Ustrasana variation, camel. Roll the shoulder blades down. Keep your belly firm and move your hips forward in space as you lift your sternum up towards the sky. Inhale, reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then turn back to face the front of your mat. Take one last downward dog. Knees down, child's pose. Stretch back. And you are welcome to slip into Shavasana if you like to complete your practice, or find yourself in a seated meditation for 3 to 5 minutes, being observant of the stillness in your body. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.